September 11th. It is 9/11. This is episode 33 of the BooCrew Podcast. Pete and Chris coming at you here.
What's up,
Today's,
everybody?
today's topic is going to be 9/11 and where you're at. What were you doing? We'll talk a little bit about that day. We like to keep it funny with funny stuff, and there's nothing is funny about 9/11. There's really not. But we will talk about what we was doing that day. We're going to do our football picks for this week and recap from last week. Just a quick recap. You guys remember Chris and I had 50 clappers. Push them up and clap them. Clapper push-ups. But I spotted Chris because I'm somewhat of a football guru. I spotted Chris 15 games for the season. And I believe we picked up 2 games last week, beat him by 3. Right?
No, you beat me by 2.
By 2.
Don't be trying to sugarcoat it already. Talking about so week 1 and I'm already in the lead.
Okay,
I got him by 3, and you only got me by 2.
I was 11-5. Chris was 9-7. We both lost the Dolphins game, so he should be 10-6, and I should be 12-8. But the Dolphins won't fire our coach. And
well, let's talk about your stupid ass first pick, where you picked the Cowboys to win against the late Super Bowl champions.
I still stand behind it. I still stand behind what I said. The Cowboys are
They
going to the
lost.
Super Bowl.
Is all I got to say.
I hate the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Remember, I was saying, because when they lost, I was like, man, I'm setting myself up like a dummy. But I got to thinking about it. They played 2 times already. They're going to see each other. There'll be 3 games with Philly and
they're
Dallas.
going to lose all 3 of them.
No, they're going to win in Dallas. They're going to play in the playoffs. Also, that's where that intriguing matchup comes in. Like, I know the Cowboys got beat. There was the lightning. There was the delay. Man, that throws off a lot in a game like that. But in the first half, let me tell you something that I noticed about the Cowboys. And guys, I am not a Cowboys fan. We've established that. But something I noticed in the first half, Dak did not get touched in the first half. The Cowboys might have the best offensive line in football.
They lost.
Okay, they may have lost, but that was even with Carter spitting on Dak before the game and stuff. And I'm telling you right now, if I was Dak Prescott, I don't care how big that Carter dude is. If his spit on me before the game, probably neither one of us would have played that night.
But you got to take that into consideration, man. That guy that spit on Dak, one of their best players on the Eagles, man. If he would have been playing, that game would have been even a bigger victory for the Eagles.
But before the weather in the first half, Dallas had a running back that I've never even heard of score 2 touchdowns. And Dak did not get touched. That offensive line was balling. Like, I was like, So
you can't say that, David or Pete. They lost. They lost. That's the bottom line of that story.
The game. It was in Philly. Dallas will get theirs in Dallas. Like, I was wrong on that pick for that night, but I'm not wrong for the season. The Cowboys are going to win some games. Their offensive line is way too good. They're going to score points.
If they're playing Philly 3 times for the season, that was the first time, and they got 2 more, I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. Dallas is not beating Philly.
Well, if they don't beat them next time, they won't get in the playoffs. They're going to have to beat them the next time in Dallas. They play in Dallas next time. Tough road game. Just like everybody was getting on Arch Manning, the quarterback for Texas, because he played so bad that first week. He freaking played at Ohio State. I know he's played in the games, but pretty sure that was his first start at Ohio State. Like, the 11 players on defense, 5 or 6 of them are going to the NFL this year, next season, and 5 or 6 of them will be going to the NFL the next season. Like, at Ohio State, that game's not going to hurt them at the end of the year losing.
But you say that those defensive guys are going to the NFL. Arch is supposed to be coming to the NFL next season, brother. And if he plays like that in the NFL, he's not going to make it.
Yeah, I agree, but he's also going to have his blockers. Like, man, Ohio State is a really good football program. Like, and it was 14-7 or something was the score. I think it was fairly low scoring, man. Like,
I don't remember.
I know, and Arch had a hard time. He didn't look good, but I'm telling you right now, that defense is good. Ohio State is going to make a lot of good players that are going to the next level, that are going to go pro. Ohio State's going to make a lot of them look bad this year. They're good, like like they're the defending champs.
Well,
So
the Texans have a really, really easy schedule. Or not the
the
Texans,
Longhorns, yeah.
the Longhorns. They've got a really, really easy schedule this year, man.
Oh yeah,
And
they're playing like all the small colleges and like Sam Houston and was it like I was some of the schools like, yep, that's in Texas, that's in Texas, that's
and and
Texas.
and Texas didn't even score in that Ohio game until the fourth quarter.
Ohio
That's
State.
ba- that's bad. Yeah, the Ohio game. That's looking bad for Arch, man. And I'm a Manning fan. We all know that Peyton's my favorite, and I got really high hopes for Arch. But I saw the experts talking, man, and they're saying that Arch is not going to be the number
I
one
saw
pick.
all of them talking to, and like my thing is damn man, give the kid a break. Like that's a football is it's 22 players, 11 on offense, 11 on defense, and you got 11 on special teams. Like they didn't play good across the board. It wasn't just him. His line wasn't blocking good for him. Defense did play pretty decent.
Did Robert De Niro pass away, dude?
What? Did that
Somebody,
just happen
two people
while we
just
were recording?
commented and said that.
Uh, really?
Oh, I'm looking it up right now.
I am too. We're live. Wow, he's at the top.
Holy shit! Did he die? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't see it. I'm literally on Google on my
Yeah,
computer.
I am too. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, guys. I mean, we could be wrong. We're just looking up Google, but according to Google, it says that he's still here. So, but I also see where it's on Instagram and it says never. Oh, never forgotten, dude. That's about 9/11 stuff, man.
Oh man. Hey, I was like, damn man. We got to go through that again today. Losing
I
somebody
know.
like he's on my all cool people up here with the cast from Goodfellas. Him and Joe Pesci and Ray Liotta and oh man, I can't. Tony something is that? Yeah, I think Paulie his name might be Paulie. Like the guy that played the boss in Goodfellas, the boss of the family.
Yeah, I think it
Paul
was Paul.
Paul Cicero is who he played.
Yeah.
But so like all right, so I'm 2 games up. Before we get into the 9/11, you want to do our picks, run through this week and run through our picks real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get through the football stuff first, and then we'll go to
Okay.
the other stuff that's been happening here.
So, like, guys, leave some comments if you picked last week. Don't lie and say that what was I 11-5. Don't say you was 12-4 if you wasn't. Like, if you keep coming and leaving comments like that, we're gonna make you leave some receipts. You got to put your picks in the comments before, because we can see when the comment goes in there. But first week there was a lot of games. We'll see what on the schedule, and me and Chris talked about this where I was like, man, there's a lot of away teams that are the obvious pick.
Yeah.
The Dolphins was one of them. It's real quick about the Dolphins. Tina's heard me listen to like 20 different sports people doing videos about the Dolphins and our coach. Rex Ryan called Mick McDaniel's our coach. He goes, McGenius, whatever his name is. He goes, Dork Boy. That's what Rex Ryan called our coach on TV. I was laughing so hard. But talking about the Dolphins are soft and this and that. And Tina was like, he was right. And I said, well, no, not, I said, how long you're hearing all these people say that. I said, how long have I been saying everything you're hearing everybody all of a sudden saying? She's like, pretty much since that coach got there. I was like, thank you. I said, the first time I seen him in person, I was like, you got to be kidding me. That dude can't coach. Just
Only
look at him.
only thing I can say about that and Rex Ryan talking crap about your coach is Rex Ryan is sitting there as an announcer and he's not coaching a team.
Oh, he could get a job if he wanted to.
I
Man, that
didn't
dude,
do
that
that.
dude, that dude got
He
the
wasn't
Jets.
that good of a coach.
He got the Jets to the AFC Championship. I mean,
One time, how many years was he there?
4. They were
No
decent.
good.
Man, he had Mark
Nobody
Sanchez.
nobody picked him up afterwards, man, after he was done.
Well, I don't know
That's
what's
all
going
I'm
to happen
saying.
with it. I'm pretty sure that the team has quit on our coach. We're going to get beat by the Patriots. I'm pretty sure this week, and I think that's the end of that. Tyreek's about to get traded. We're about to start over in Miami, so we'll get to
Yep.
that game. I'm just torn. I just don't see them winning. But all right, we're going to start the week off on Thursday night. Probably the best game of the week. Maybe we'll see Washington at Green Bay. Green Bay just had tough 5 days. They just played late Sunday afternoon. They played Detroit, 2 quick games at home, and then they turn around and play Washington at home.
Well, let's see. The Packers are at home. The Packers are tough to beat at home. Washington is a good team, though. Washington might be put together better than the Packers, but the Packers being at home, I got to pick the Packers.
I do kind of like the Packers at home as well, but um, I'm gonna have to. I'm taking the Commanders.
All right.
Um, because they got Debo. He can be like he can be like, what you got on my touchdown? like after they did a couple. I think he scored a touchdown last week. I remember I told you that rookie quarterback getting him Debo was only going to make that quarterback better this year because he's got a running back, a slot guy, a wide out. He can play so many positions. He can really help that second year quarterback out. And
Yeah.
so I kind of like the Commanders tonight. So I'm either going to pick a game up or lose a game back from last week. But I'm right on
All right.
pace.
Yep.
All right.
Starting it off.
All right. And then on Sunday, we have Cleveland at Baltimore. That would be a no brainer. We're going with the Ravens, I'm sure.
Yep.
You're taking Cleveland?
Hell no.
I got you down for the Browns. Man, we don't even need to discuss that game. After what happened to Baltimore and Buffalo, coming back at the end and beating them like that. Josh Allen scored 40 fantasy points in the fourth quarter or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
He threw for 250 yards in the fourth quarter.
That was a really good game, man. That was a 50-50 game. It really could have went either way in that one. Me and you picked differently last week on that. I picked the
Yeah.
Ravens, you picked the Bills, so that was my loss on that one.
Yep. All right. Up next, coming off a beatdown of the Panthers, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at Cincinnati.
The Bengals are taking that one.
Yes, Joe Burrow and company are going to win that game. I agree with that. Jacksonville is going to be a kind of a tough outfield. It'll be actually a Jaguar against the Tiger. The Tiger's always going to win, but Jaguar give it for a few minutes. The Jaguar will give a Tiger a run for its money. Now, if they racing, I'm taking the Jaguar. But in a
Dude,
fight or a football game, I'm taking the Tigers.
I think that that's going to be a pretty high scoring game. I didn't look at the over under for it yet or what they're saying it is.
It's probably like 51 or something.
You locked up on it. There you go.
That could be one of the higher scoring games. They have no defense at all. So, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
All right, Chicago at Detroit. Low. Detroit's they just got beat in Green Bay, and they're going to lose some other games this year. But like, I don't think they're losing this week. Not to the Bears at home. The Ford Field will be rocking. It'll be loud.
The Lions at Bears or the Bears at Lions.
Yep, it's at Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going for the Lions too.
So I have one pick different so far. All right, here we go. Here's that here's that mafia right here. New England at Miami.
Dear God. At Miami. Man, that's a tough one, dude. I'm going against the Dolphins, dude. They looked like shit last week. I'm picking the Patriots.
Man, like, can we win that game and still get our coach fired? Because I don't know. Like, has the team? I don't know. Like, What I watched Sunday, that team has quit on that coach. I don't know if something's going to change this week. It really Tua kind of threw the red. I got to look at some film and see what everybody's doing. And I'm like, bro, what you pay attention to where the hell you throwing the damn ball? And that fumble, it was actually a fumble, but it just happened to go up in the air and land in somebody else, another team's arms before it hit the ground. They called it interception. Like he actually fumbled twice and threw a pick, but man, he was overthrowing receiver stuff. Like I've never seen an NFL team so like they've had the whole offseason to answer all these questions about the Dolphins being soft and all that. And that's how y'all come out there, a road game. And you should get more, honestly, you should be more pumped up for a road game than a home game. Like that's the head coach's job. That's his number one job. He even says like, I didn't have the team ready. Man, I listened to that press conference as I was going to bed. Like I literally threw my phone down on the nightstand because I usually listen to something else when I'm falling asleep. Because Tina was like, damn, it's like she didn't know what was wrong with me because she had just come in there as it was finishing up my slung to put my phone down. She's like, damn, he seemed grouchy. I didn't even go say it. And she's like, what was wrong with you last night? I was like, wait. She's like, when I come to bed, I was like, oh, I was listening to that freaking coach make excuses. I was like, man, I mean, he always like, I didn't have them ready and stuff. And I was like, exactly. You're just validating why you shouldn't be the Dolphins coach.
So who you going for?
Man,
But I think that Drake
the
May's better
Dolphins are gonna.
quarterback, and
I
Bray
think the
Ball is going to have
Dolphins
the
are.
Patriots ready.
I think the Dolphins are going to come out and look like they're ready to play till about the end of the first quarter, and probably have the lead for most of the game. But I think the Patriots are going to get them at the end. Like I can't believe I'm picking against my own team in week 2 with the sorry Patriots coming to town, coming off of a loss. But man, I just I don't think the Dolphins are gonna play. I mean, Etienne could have a good game, and like we'll see. The Patriots, and I don't think this is the coming of age of the Patriots. It's going to take them a year or two with that coach, but I'll take the Patriots this week. I can't
It
believe
is.
it's already week 2, and I'm picking against the Dolphins. Like that means we're not far from me putting my Dolphin shit up for the year and being done with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I'm, I'm
Patriots. I think they're a semi kind of new team. New coach. I think Drake May is a better quarterback than Tua, and I think Ball is going to get them going. Man, I really do. I don't think they're going to be like a playoff team this year, but I think they're going to be better than what people think. They got to put those pieces together. But so we're both Patriots for that one.
yep,
All right.
yep. Probably that might be the Dolphins might bite us all year. They might win that game and we both take a loss. But okay, let's see here. Next, we got San Francisco and some injuries at New Orleans. That has kind of turned it into a JV game.
God, what a horrible game that's going to be.
No Brock Purdy, no Greg
Kettle,
Kittle for the 49ers.
George Kittle.
Yeah, George Kittle. I'm not sure. I'm going
God,
with
man,
I'm
that's a
I'm,
tough
ta-
game.
I'm
That's a
taking the
tough
Saints.
game to pick.
I'm taking the Saints at home. The
Man,
Rattlers, the Rattlers gonna get them.
no, I tell you what, Spence Rattler's going to do. He's going to do the same thing he's done since he's been here since last year, and that's throw a whole bunch of picks. But I'm going to have to
Kamara,
pick. I'm going to have to pick the Saints too, man. I think that San Fran's really hurting without Kettle and without Purdy.
yeah, I don't even know who their backup quarterback is.
Is it? Is it that? It's not
Uh,
Trey Lance, is it?
no,
Is it?
he's with San Diego now, maybe. Oh,
Wow.
I think no. Who is Trey Lance playing for? Because he might have went back to them. I can't remember who he went to. He's not with Dallas anymore, though.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. Irrelevant. All right, so we're both taking the Saints.
Yep.
Up next, you've got the Bills going into New York to absolutely it's the Bills and the Jets. Mm,
Oh my God,
mm,
I'm picking the Bills
really?
against the
Yeah,
Jets.
man. I like the Jets quarterback. The Jets have got a good defense, but I'm gonna take the Bills this week. But like I think the Jets will get their stuff turned around before the Patriots will. as
The
far
bold.
as the season progresses. All right. Up next, we've got Seattle and Pittsburgh. At Seattle at Pittsburgh.
It's at Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Me too. Aaron's going to have a man. The Jets and the Steelers probably, I think, pretty sure was the high, and maybe Buffalo. No, was the high. It was a high scoring game. They went at it.
No, it came down. It came down to the wire. The
Yeah,
Steelers only won by it was either 1 point or 3 points. I can't remember.
yeah. That kid, their field goal kicked it at the end to win it.
Yep.
I think it might have only been 2 points actually. I think it might have
Was
been
it?
down one or something. Yeah, but he won the game for him at the end. All right, so let's see here. We got the Rams and the Titans. Rams at the Titans.
I think the Titans could give the Rams a run for their money, but I think the Rams are going to take it.
Yeah, I think the Rams are going to ram right through them with no lube. And like the Rams are winning the NFC West. They might be good. They've got some good receivers. Like that's a pretty good team. All right, we got the battle of the Pop Warner quarterbacks.
Oh God, is
We've
it the
got
game?
we've got Kyler Murray hosting Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers in Arizona. Panthers at Arizona. And when I say Pop Warner quarterbacks, because they have the two tiniest quarterbacks in the league.
They really do.
They're going at it. If it's not a good football game, put them out at 50-yard line and let them throw down like a hockey game. Might be more entertaining, but we'll see.
I'm going to stick to my original picks for the Panthers, and I'm saying the Panthers are winning that one, man.
The Panthers are winning that one?
Yep.
Okay.
That was my original pick whenever we first talked about it, about how our teams were going to do.
Yeah.
I had the Jags winning the first one, and I got Carolina winning the second game.
I thought you didn't eat edibles during the day.
I'm just sticking to what I put on the schedule.
Okay. I'm gonna go with I'm taking Cardinals at home.
All right, so that's two that we got different.
Yeah, the Panthers are just not ready to win football games yet.
They had a really bad game last week,
And it's
man.
coming up. I don't know if it's next week or the following week, but the Dolphins and Panthers are about to play. Like that's gonna be our win. That's kind of, I guess that's my Super Bowl this year. All right, so let's see. Moving on down, we've got the scary Denver Broncos against the Colts. Are the Colts really a good team, or did they just beat the brakes off of a really, really bad team? Like
where are they playing?
it's in Indy. Denver at Indy.
And that's kind of a tough pick. Because the Colts are playing with Flacco, right?
Yep. No, Daniel Jones.
Daniel
Man,
Jones.
dude, he was throwing some dimes against the Dolphins. Like a couple of those, they actually played pretty good. A couple of touchdowns they scored. Dolphins actually played pretty good defense. Like when a dude drops one in the bucket on a receiver that's pretty well covered, like they are pros. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like I said, there was a couple passes. I was like, damn, man, that dude, that was a really nice pass. Like that was perfectly timed.
Did the Broncos win last week?
Yeah.
God, I tell you, man, with it being in Indy, it's hard not to pick Indy. Playing at home. Fuck it. I'm picking the Colts, man. I'm gonna go for the Colts.
I'd already written the Broncos down. Man, they got a chance to go a full game up on another keep a lead on Kansas City for the division. We both said that they might win that division this year. I like the Broncos.
It did. I think that's a 50-50 game, especially seeing
Oh,
how well the Colts played last week. Even though they played against the shitty Broncos, Daniel Jones, I think he had one of the highest quarterback ratings last week.
how about this game? Let's run the Super Bowl back, but let's play it in Kansas City with Taylor Swift in attendance. So really at Kansas City.
Philly at Kansas City. I'm picking KC.
Really?
Yeah.
I wish that I could do I wish I could do Patrick Mahomes. He sounds like Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants a little bit. But the Chiefs are a wild card team this year, man. They starting off 0-2. I'm taking Philly.
All right.
Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, they're gonna both rush for 2 touchdowns apiece. Peace. And
That's very possible.
I'm taking Philly to go into Kansas City and like just for football reasons. I want Taylor Swift to cry. Not other nothing in real life stuff. I've seen enough people say bad shit, and today's 9/11. Like it's just this is just fun football stuff. But like I hope her makeup gets messed up and stuff because she's crying because at the end of the game because I lost.
I think that it is outrageous that you think that those refs aren't going to let Kansas City win that game at home.
They let them win in Brazil.
That's Brazil. That wasn't here. That wasn't in the
Man,
States, buddy.
I just think the NFL is like, yeah, man, we've got Taylor Swift fans. We've played that card. We're going a different direction. So I'm taking Philly.
All
They
right,
beat them
that's
in the
cool.
Super Bowl. They beat them in the Super Bowl. They're going into Kansas City and they're they're breaking hearts. Travis Kelsey might run and yell at Coach Reeves again.
Shit.
Remember when he did that?
Oh
Man,
yeah.
all right,
I would
up
have. I
next.
would have picked him for the world.
Why this is the Sunday night game, I do not know. Like, hey, ruin Sunday night football as bad as you possibly can. NFL says, okay, Atlanta at Minnesota. Like, who the hell staying up late to watch that on Sunday night? I'm doing monkey videos Sunday night. I ain't even watching Sunday night football.
God, man. Atlanta at Minnesota. I think Atlanta's got a better team, but Minnesota's got Jefferson.
Yeah,
That's a game changer right there.
they're at
Um,
home.
that one's tough.
I need your pick, and then I'll tell you. Like, I can't tell you why I'm picking what I picked because like, I'm taking Minnesota, but I can't tell you why. I'll tell you why after you give me your pick.
I'm leaning towards Minnesota too. I'm just thinking that Justin Jefferson makes the difference for them, man. He really does. He really does. And Atlanta's got a decent team though, but I think because it's in Minnesota, that I think I'm going to take them too.
All right, man. You call and talk to the Vikings offense, their quarterback and their offensive coordinator. Minnesota got a nasty defense.
Yeah.
They're solid. They're really solid on defense. So,
Are they as good as the Purple People Leaders from back in the day?
well, I mean, I don't think they was that good personally, but Minnesota's got like second half. The Bears had that game won pretty much the whole game, but they just couldn't score in the second half, and they let Minnesota hang around, and I lost the football sheets by 50% share of a sheet on that when that second year rookie run that ball in. It was like that took me out of the tiebreaker scenario if the Bears would have won, and it was like he was like, "Fuck Pete's
Oh,
money. I'm running this
also,
bitch in." He running
we
into
didn't.
the end zone. We lost. Yeah, I lost the sheets on that when he scored that touchdown. Oh,
Okay.
I was salty, dude. I was like, man, punk ass rookie. Like I'd smacked his daddy if his daddy would have been. All right, so Monday night we got 2 games. The first one, we've got Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers rolling up into H Town, Houston, to play against CJ Stroud and the Texans.
Tampa
Good
Bay.
game. Good game. I'm going with the wow. Um,
Straight up Tampa.
yeah, okay. You're pretty quick on that. I like the Bucks to really go far, make a good playoff run, but I'm gonna give Houston a win early in the year at home. CJ Stroud's got to get a win.
All right.
So, all right,
This
and
is a
then
good. This is a good sheet so far. We got 5 different picks so far.
somebody, I'm either gonna pull away or you're gonna make up some ground or something. All right, so we got the last game would be the Chargers at the Raiders.
Chargers all day long.
Wow, really, Chris?
Oh
Chargers?
yeah, man, dude. I think the Chargers are a really good team, man. I think they are, and I think Harbaugh's. I think that he. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl, but I tell you what, the Chargers are going to be tough to beat this year, man.
You know, the Death Star is what they call the Vegas stadium. And it's going to be really hard for Vegas to ever have a true home game because, you know, it costs more to go to Vegas to see if you like I was going to go last year before 2 years ago to see the Dolphins play. Freaking costs more than it did to go to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I was like, man, whatever, dude. I'll just watch it. If I was in Vegas, I'd go watch it on the Jumbotron somewhere, one of the casinos. I was like, man, you lost your damn mind. Like,
So you picking the?
but the Chargers might have beat the Chiefs last week, but they're not that good of a team. I don't know. They caught the Chiefs off guard. Maybe the Chiefs are not as good as usual. I'm going with the Raiders. Give me the
All right.
Raiders at home. Give me the Raiders
All
at
right.
home. We're gonna go to their. They wear black. They have the black uniforms. We're gonna go to the roulette wheel. And we're gonna bet the Raiders. We're gonna bet on
Betting,
blacks.
betting
Spin
all
that
on
wheel,
black.
baby. Spin that wheel.
All
100 on
right.
black. So,
All right. That's
so
the last game of the week, right?
yep. And I'm up a game on you, and
You're 2 up. You're 2 on me.
yeah, 2, and I spotted you 15, so I guess I'm technically up 13. So I still got some work to do. We got a lot of split games. I got to win those games this week. I
Yeah, we
can't,
got
or
6
at
of them
least
this
split them
week,
with you. I
man.
can't. Yeah, I can't. That's a lot of different games. So apparently, like we're seeing different directions with some teams. It'll start. We'll have clarity to it. So all right. So we got our football picks in, and real quick before we start this on Monday, uh, we will be starting our League Joe sponsorship. Uh, they're going to be sponsoring 10 episodes. It's leaguejoe.com. It's draft leagues. I'm going to do a quick rehearsal here. Like League Joe is when I do this, I'll kind of like, I can do it like this actually.
So
But
this isn't the official first one for them, or it
no,
is?
this is, but like this is kind of like I have a press kit. I have stuff they want me to say. Like League Joe is a nationwide recreational sports league that runs draft style sports leagues and tournaments for adults of all skill levels. Whether you're a whether you're new to town, haven't played since high school, or just want to meet new people through sports, League Joe gives adults a fun, inclusive, and community driven way to stay in the game. And I'm in my third season of League Joe. I've made a lot of friends. Uh, because I haven't played ball in several years, and like enough to where we actually could put a pretty good team together with some of the people that And I've actually played with some of the guys I played League Joe with. I met 2 really good friends from the Dominican Republic. We're actually playing together tomorrow night. And one of them's on the team this year. I was able to get one of them, so it's really fun. It's more like it's nationwide. They're all over and they're growing really fast. But they don't just do softball; they do bowling. And one of the things as their partner, I've encouraged them, man, do pickleball. Like you could do chess. There's so much stuff they could do, but it's for adults recreation to get together. Like I said, if you're new somewhere, it's a really cool thing, and the way they do it like well, we won both games, but there's 3 teams in our league we got going on right now. So we play each other once a week, and we'll play 2 games. The first week, one team beat one team. Like everybody lost and won a game, so they've got the teams matched up pretty well. Now, I decided to bring my A game to the field last Monday. We won both games, but you're going to get that when you're playing against the Monkey Boo Crew. That's just how it is. But yeah, it's really good. It's nationwide draft leagues that brings together players of all skill levels, high for high energy team first rec sports, drafted teams. They with the teams you get custom jerseys. You guys have seen. I've worn I got some really cool Monkey Boo jerseys with our logos and stuff on them. And it's really good fun. It's kind of like so like on here on their press pass, they refer to it as like fantasy sports for adults, like real sports. Like it's kind of like you draft a team like you're your own fantasy player.
Yeah.
18 and up. You don't have to have a team. You can just go and sign up and like we do a draft or they do a draft for the different leagues. Like they're getting ready to do. They got in Gastonia. They literally have the whole bowling alley. Ain't you a bowler, Chris?
Oh yeah.
You need to get in on the League Joe bowling thing. I don't know if I ain't got time to go bowling. I got monkeys and stuff. I play softball, but you may have to go represent the Monkey Boo Crew at the League Joe bowling. I have to introduce you to Kenny for that. In fact, you're in. Yes, but they like I
It
said,
depends what day they do it.
they balance the teams out. You'll probably get a cool bowling shirt too.
That's all right. It depends what day they do it.
But I don't know. But whatever day they do it, they're gonna have the whole. They got the whole bowling alley.
Wow. They
I
must
was
have
like,
a lot of people.
yeah. I was like, how did y'all do that? He goes, man, I got connect. Kenny just, I don't know. He just, I got connections. I was like, obviously, if you got the whole damn bowling alley.
All right.
Spots do fill it fast, but it's leaguejoe.com. Go check it out. Take a look at it. This has really just been a test run. Like Allie and Kenny, you guys, if you watch that, you're when I do the sponsorship thing, it'll much better. But I just want to kind of run through it one time on camera, like I was reading it, but more detail. And I'll talk about through each week. I'm not going to say the same exact thing, even though it's kind of I think what they were expecting. I'm gonna put my, they told me I have freedom to do my thing, put it in my own words and stuff.
All
So,
right.
like I said, definitely everybody go check out League Joe. Give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram, League Joe, and give them a follow. Leave a comment and say, "Hey, Pete sent me." Say Pete Moss. My Instagram is at Pete Moss Show. If you want to tag me, say at Pete Moss Show sent me. Um,
Or they could say,
yeah,
the Boo Crew sent them.
yeah, yeah, you can say BooCrew Podcast or Pete, either one. But if you guys will do that, and no, you can say BooCrew Podcast. Yeah, say BooCrew Podcast. But if a few people do it and will leave a comment, and I actually know that League Joe, you got their attention, I'll get you guys a League Joe jersey made and have them send it out to you. No problem.
Nice.
I can make that happen.
Nice.
So we'll do a giveaway. So it's their Instagram is at League Joe. Let's see here. It might be official, but man, does it feel like Monday or is it just me?
No, it doesn't. If it was Monday, that means that I'm getting ready to go and go do some traveling for some fish shows next week. I got 5 fish shows next week. I am so excited.
So there it is. It's actually League Joe official. It's a verified account. They have about 1,200 followers.
Nice. League Joe official.
No, League Joe social. I'm sorry, League Joe
Oh,
social. Never
League
followed
Joe
that. Happy.
social.
I actually booed just followed. Oh, whoops, my guys, bad guys. Happy was already following the, but League Joe official. So yeah, there it is right there. You guys can see the Facebook page, League Joe official. Like, let's
Boom.
see. I'm trying to think where you guys can leave a comment at. Just on their latest post. There's one that says sold out. Just leave a comment on there. Like I said, get you guys I'll get them hook you up with a League Joe shirt. Lisa Collins will say Monkey Boo Crew podcast sent me here.
Boom. There you go.
All right. Now the rest of this is, and it won't be real long. Because we don't like to talk about sad stuff. We like to have fun. But man, it's like one of the saddest days in history. Like I remember, like it was completely freaking insane that day. Like I don't know if insane is the word for it. It was crazy. Like never thought I would see anything like that in my lifetime. Now we could do a whole, and I think we've actually talked about it a little bit. Like there's some dirty stuff that went on that day. But right now, we're just going to focus on 9/11. And do you remember where you were at?
I do. I do. I was in Orangeburg, South Carolina, driving down the road, me and the girl that I was dating, and it came on. We were listening, just driving, listening to the radio, and all of a sudden, the public service announcement came on the radio, and they were talking about the one tower had got hit at that point, and I was like, man, this is fake as you could possibly imagine. I was like, this isn't real. And once we got stopped and got back, got somewhere where a TV was at, sure as the world, all that stuff was happening, and
Yeah.
everybody knows what happens. The other tower got hit, one of them fell, then the other one fell, and
I don't know
was
what was going on that day with me because I was actually in the work van with the painters. And I usually wasn't that. I was usually in my truck, but we were doing an big interior paint job in Governor Square down on Union Road. But we were right there where the laundromat and the bread store used to be on where 7 and New Hope come together. We were on New Hope Road, and we
yep,
were listening to Ace and TJ. And they were like, "Hey, a small plane has just hit the World Trade Center. Hang on." And they were like, "What?" And they were like, "Hang on, let me look at this." And initially, he said that they said it was a small plane. And it's
yep,
like, wait a minute, like they're saying that it may be a commercial airliner. And then so they had figured out we were probably 15 minutes away. Within that 15 minutes, they had figured it out. And when we pulled up in that lady's driveway, she's like, "Oh my gosh, did you guys see what happened?" And she didn't see it on TV. And we was listening to it, and we went in. Man, we didn't work that day. Like we sit at that lady's house. We got there about what 9, little after 9 that morning, and we just man, we all like she made us like some sandwiches and stuff. Like she was really cool, but man, we all just were just sitting there just in freaking shock.
yeah.
It was like and like I remember it. I remember that lady's house. She was that was really cool because like I don't know, she was excited about getting her house painted, and the way she wanted it, and I was excited to make the money for the job and to make her happy, and man, it literally just took the air out of like air. We were all just like we probably sit there for an hour and a half, especially after the second one. Like I remember, I don't know how long, but I remember we all just sit there literally speechless, just looking at the TV, like, oh my gosh, this is freaking really happening right now.
Dude,
And
back then that was what, 2001?
one, yeah, 24
So
years.
24 years ago. So I was either in my early 20s or something like that. And at that point in life for me, I was a I was just a black-hearted person, man. I had no feelings towards anything or anybody at that point in life. And I didn't it didn't hit me like that when it happened. Now later in life, a little later in life, I started catching some compassion about all of that stuff. But right there at the beginning, maybe it's because I just didn't understand what was going on. I don't really know, but it didn't hit me as for me to be very sad. I mean, I understood what happened, and there's a bunch of people that died and stuff like that. But it just didn't, right at the beginning, man. It just didn't hit me like that, and it's probably because I was just so young and just stupid
Yeah.
at that point. But man, I've went down the rabbit hole over the years. I've went down the rabbit hole a lot and looked into that kind of, look at all the footage and see what
Oh,
everybody's got to say and
that's some bullshit. They
what
something
is.
they There's some bullshit going on that day. Like we won't go too into detail. We don't have to, but like, and it's one of those things we'll probably never, ever, ever, ever know the truth. But there's just some. There's just some. You ever watch NCIS with Gibbs and McGee and all of them?
Oh
What does
yeah.
what does Gibbs say? Ain't no such thing as a coincidence. Follow up on it. I mean, like there was a lot of stuff in 9/11. I
Let,
believe
let,
those
let,
I believe those buildings were dropped with squibs. Three buildings have failed. High-rise buildings in the history of the world have failed because of a fire. Tower One, Tower Two, and later on that day, Tower Seven. Only buildings to ever collapse because of a fire. Well, oh
but
yeah.
those could be the only buildings that's ever had a 747 crash into them
Well,
too.
yeah, I'm sure, but they've I don't know, just
Everybody's got opinions on that stuff, man. You
Yeah.
know, being a construction worker, that jet fuel sure does burn fast, buddy,
Oh yeah, it does. But
and it burns hot.
there was just a lot of really strange stuff. And you know what? Homeland Security didn't exist before 9/11, and there were briefs written warning something like Homeland Security. Homeland Security is the most expensive thing in the U.S. government, more than anything, more than education and everything. I'm pretty sure it's like we spend more money on Homeland Security than anything, which we need it, obviously. Actually, we might need to spend a little bit more because you know, like it or not, a dude can't even damn do a public debate and draw a big crowd in. That was freaking tragic what happened yesterday. Like, I don't care if you're on that side, nobody deserved that in front of those people. Like, that's just that. Like, that was really fucked up. I wouldn't care if it was him, if it was Bernie Sanders or AOC or RFK. I don't give a shit which side of the aisle was on. That was fucked up. That was dead wrong. That shit should have never happened.
Well, dude, the
Um,
thing is, man, is it's wrong. What's really wrong with the whole situation is because that guy was in politics, he is what makes the news, man. And I'm not
all
trying to
right.
make light of it or anything, man, but people get banged all day long, man, in the United States. And you don't see a bunch of that shit doesn't make headline news, man.
You know,
You know,
I've seen it. I think I might have told you this. I've seen a lot of his videos and the kind of people that he attracts to his crowd and stuff, both sides, because he's got haters and supporters. Like, I'm surprised there hadn't been like a big brawl breakout at his stuff. And being that he's on the right side, I'm surprised honestly that's like there's been times where I've been watching him going. I see the size of the crowd and it's outdoor venue, and it's like, man, something could happen to this guy. What's up, Bernard? Something could happen to this guy. Like, I hate to say, like, I didn't predict it, but I remember thinking, like, he should probably be doing indoor venues where they can check people and stuff like that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, he was outside, it was his fault. Maybe he should have thought about it. And there was a lot of people at that event yesterday. There was a lot from what I've seen, the videos I've seen. I don't know. Maybe his ass should have been behind a bulletproof glass.
well, the thing is,
I
man,
mean,
is
it
that you
takes
shouldn't
away
you
it
shouldn't
takes away
have to.
from his show. Yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah. No, you
you
shouldn't.
shouldn't
But
have to be behind a bulletproof glass, man. The thing is that I don't think this is a thing with the bang bangs. That they shouldn't be talking about, oh, we're gonna stop everybody from having those now. The thing is, dude, is that people just need to act proper, man. Why get so
man,
upset over the fact that this guy disagrees with something that disagrees with you, or you disagree with him? Why can't people just agree to disagree and still get along, man? I don't understand that, man. I really
yeah,
don't, because I'm that way. I have friends that are on both sides of the fence, and man, I can talk to those people and we can debate, and then we can hug at the end and be like, man, I love you to death, brother. Thanks for the conversation. We'll see
it's
you later.
fun. It's fun when it's somebody like that, and you can make fun of each other, and it's funny. Like, for whatever reason, what's like pretty much, I make fun of both sides. I think both sides are batshit crazy. So, like, that's like, I'm very middle of the road on, like, some things I'm conservative, some things I'm liberal. It really depends on how it affects me and my life personally. But yeah,
I'm the same. I'm the same way.
9/11 was a really strange day. Something happened on 9/11 that night. I cannot, for for 173 different reasons. I cannot tell you on the podcast, but I will tell you. Remind me, say, what happened on 9/11?
All right.
You
All
will have
right.
to, like, literally that day. Um, yes, it was. It was that night. It was September 11th. Yeah, it was the same. Yeah, you have to, like, that wasn't the worst night, as far as that goes. But yeah, that was just a, man, what a day. I know, a lot of people were in school, and like, I guess they probably sit and watched it at school all day. Like
Yeah.
how do you especially like elementary school kids and stuff? Can you imagine being a teacher? Like, what the hell do you say, man, to kids? Honestly, I'll say, be like, guys, just watch, listen, talk to your parents when you get home. So that
Absolutely.
because teachers, I don't think teachers should be trying to influence kids in any way, one way or another. Your job is to teach math, science, history, English, whatever the subject may be. Stay in your lane, teachers. Stay in your lane. Um,
100%, man.
speaking of teachers, and Chris's wife that passed, Marshall, was a great, great teacher. She had her parents' phone number in her phone and stuff, and vice versa. Um, there's a video I seen a few years ago. Some of you guys may have seen it. As a black guy, I think he was like a fourth or a fifth grade teacher at a elementary school, and his kid, like, I was like, man, I would love for my kids to have had been in a class like that, because each kid was lined up and you couldn't come into the class. You had to get into his classroom. Each kid, he had an individual personalized handshake. Some of
Yeah.
them were real simple. Some of them were very detailed, like where there was body movements and stuff involved. But man, those kids walked into his classroom so enthusiastically. Like, I never walked into fifth grade with that. Like, I walked in, my fifth grade teacher, Chris, I promise you, and we had like one of the last lunches of the day. You know how you go in like 10 minute, they gap you out. We were
Yeah.
like one of the last classes to go to lunch, and our teacher would sit as a Miss Cooper, and she married and became Miss Thomas, black lady. We ended up. I won terrific kid the last month of the school year. Shocked, it was a shocker. That was like
I bet.
that's like Louisiana Lafayette beating Alabama in football. It was an upset. I pulled the shocker out on them, but I don't know how I won it. I think it wasn't that I was that good. It's just I had been so bad all year, and but she was also friends with my basketball coach, who was the vice principal, and he'd lay wood to that ass on you. Like, maybe not me because of my dad, but like, I seen him do it after school at basketball practice a couple times, and I seen her bring somebody up there for a sacrificial beating one time. And like, oh man. But so I wasn't never too bad in her class, but I guess I wasn't that good. But I wanted a terrific kid, but she would sit and eat honey buns, cinnamon stuff, like cookies, and be drinking a nice cold Coke, right? Hey, your stomach be starving, like she'd be like,
Uh,
oh yeah, she hit you off one end and be like, bitch, we're hungry. Like, everybody just be looking at each other. Right? Because I remember a few times in fifth grade, be like, man, does she be making y'all hungry walking to class? And everybody be like, heck yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. But 9/11 was one of those things. I seen the Challenger uh, explosion happen. I lived in Florida, in Central Florida. I was watching it when it happened. Um, I didn't actually see the first thing. I did see the second plane hit, but it's just one of those historical things. Where were you?
yeah.
Like, some people would be, man, it's not really the same, but it was a huge news story. Where was you when Elvis died? I was sitting in my grandma's kitchen, but with my grandma to her back to her, and I could tell she was crying, and I was cold as ice in 1978 at 6 years old, going, bet you won't trade him for my grandpa now. Because my grandma used to tell me she was going to trade my grandpa in for Elvis. Shit used to stress me out. I was messed up. I
Yeah.
can't believe she used to do that to me. But yeah, and only like in the last 3 or 4 years have I began to even be able to listen to any Elvis music. I realized he's actually got like three good songs.
Man, Elvis got a bunch of good songs.
So Elvis has
Christina,
got
thanks for asking, Christina. I'm feeling much better.
he's got three good songs. Um, Suspicious Minds, that where it goes into that, where he sings real slow and then it builds back up. Man, that's one of the best build ups in any song ever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so where it's like, how's it go? Never quite. Oh yeah, dun dun dun. Yeah, oh yeah, that's that shit right there. Boy, it's good. Um,
What's the other two?
um, he did Crazy Little Thing Called Love, right? This thing called love. Way before Queen did it, right?
I don't think so. I think Freddie Mercury wrote that song because Freddie Mercury said he only knew 3 chords on guitar, 3 or 4 chords on guitar, and he wrote that song with those chords.
I think Elvis. Did Elvis have a song called Crazy Little Thing Called Love?
Crazy Little Thing Called Love is a song by Queen. It was written by Freddie Mercury for the band's 1980 album, The Game. The song was originally written in tribute to Elvis Presley. This answer is from
Okay, that's why I'm connected to Elvis. And Elvis is already dead. Why? Man, okay, we got some Mandela effects. And if you guys don't know what Mandela effect is, we can do a whole podcast on that and I'll blow you guys' minds. That's
Yeah, we
where
talked about
that's
that.
the concept of parallel universes. Man, like I'm over in the other side of the parallel because I remember Elvis performing Crazy Little Thing Called Love in a something like, am I guys, does anybody else remember that? Is anybody like, if the Mandela effect is real, we're like, even though we're sitting here together, we're actually in parallel universes. And I'm remembering Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Elvis. So maybe he's only got one good song.
The song was released in '79, so
He
that's
died.
not the
Elvis
same
died.
one.
I don't
Yeah,
think, man. Let me go on. I'm just gonna go on YouTube and type Elvis songs, and I'll tell you. But I think he's only got one good song. What song? Do you have any other? Tina likes the song "In the."
Heartbreak Hotel.
How's that go?
Man, hold on. Elvis had a bunch of songs, dude.
Oh, I know he had like. I didn't mean they. I don't mean it was good.
Can't Help Falling in Love, Jailhouse Rock, In the Ghetto,
That's one of
Suspicious
Tina's
Minds,
favorites. Suspicious Minds. We
Love Me
can't
Tender,
go on forever. All shook up.
Viva Las Vegas,
All shook up. I think might be a decent song. Uh,
CC Rider. Come on, dude. Elvis had a bunch of stuff, man.
hey, is that "Can't Help Falling in Love"? Is that the song that UB40 redid?
It might be.
I
I'm not.
think it
I
is.
don't. I don't know for sure, but it could be.
I can't help falling in love. I mean, that's all right. UB40s is better than Elvis's, I'll be honest with you. It's because it's kind of got like a reggae flavor to it. Um, in the Ghetto. I don't really like that song. Like, oh, holy shit, this is a good song because Chris, I am a hunk of what? Come on,
What?
man. I am a hunk of what?
I don't know if I even want to say the next word. What is it?
It's 2 words. I am a hunk of
I don't know, man.
burning love.
Burning Love. I definitely wasn't going to say it after you said it. And Christina says, all shook up. Man, you can't say that Elvis only had 3 good songs, man. Elvis was, dude,
Don't be cruel. I mean,
he had a bunch, brother. He had a bunch of stuff, man. You're the devil in disguise. Come on, man.
burning love. I'm a hunk of burning love.
Always on my mind. I don't know if that was his song.
Yeah, but he made it his own. You're always on my mind. Yeah. Wow. Okay, maybe he did have more than 3. I'm not gonna say they're great songs, but they're listenable songs. But Suspicious Minds is a good song. That's a good song. But not quite great, but really good. But
I'm more of a Beatles guy than Elvis. I like the rock and roll over the blues, I think, and the
like
gospel. Elvis had a lot of gospel stuff.
you hear like this is Elvis's impact. This is a funny story before we wrap up for today.
All
So
right.
I used to have a YouTube channel called One Question Daily. It was actually it did pretty good. I don't know why I quit doing it. I don't remember. Okay, I got crazy dogs playing over there. And I was doing YouTube and stuff, but I was still, doing my other job. And one of my customers, anytime on my one question daily, I would always, ask people to get other people's opinions because I like to answer it. And, I might talk about what, and it, somebody's answer might, give me an idea on how I feel about it. So the question that day was, who is a bigger star, Michael Jackson or Elvis? And
Michael
it
Michael
really,
was
huh?
Michael was because of the time frame.
Okay, see, that's what I was about to say. It really depended on your age because people that were a little younger that grew up with Michael were picking Michael Jackson. But anybody like man, anybody back then that was over 40 was like, oh, Michael is good, but there'll never be another Elvis. Like he actually, the people I talked to, because Elvis grabbed a few of the younger votes and he had all of the older votes. But
Oh
it
yeah.
was so funny. We were one of our customers that day was this sweet black lady. She was probably, man, she's probably in her 70s at least. Sweet as could be, really nice lady, Christian lady. She had Jesus pictures and just as nice it could be. And and I was talking to her and I said, and I told her what I did, and she goes, oh, that's pretty neat. And she goes, what's your question today? And I was like, well, actually, I really wanted to get your opinion on it. I said, I need a couple more. I said, but you lived through both of them and I said, I'm curious. And I said, and she goes, hit me with, what is it? And I said, who is a bigger star, Michael or Elvis? And she said, ooh, child. And she said, don't get it wrong. I like me some Michael. She said, I didn't like him when he started going through all them crazy changes. She said, but I like me some Michael. She said, he could dance. I like his music. She goes, he can sing. And this was an older black lady. She said, but let me tell you something, honey. And this is where it got real. Like my face was probably this is probably like the color of my face. That woman looked me dead in the eyes. She said, but let me tell you something, honey. She said, when that white man get to shaking them hips around, I get moist. I was like, and I had to think about. I was like, moist. I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay. I didn't need to know that. You could have just said Elvis, and she was laughing. We had a good laugh about it. But yeah, it was a pretty funny
Yeah.
story. But she looked me dead in my eyes. She's like, honey, when that white man get to swinging them hips around, I get moist. So as we stood there, you know what I did? I swung my hips around, Chris. You know me.
She was probably like, you ain't got nothing on Elvis.
Nah, I did. I kind of played around like I was going to. She was messing with. She's like, "You be careful now." Like we had fun with it. So I said. So I asked her. I said, "You definitely taking Elvis?" She said, "Honey, it wasn't even close." She said, Everybody loves Elvis." She said, "Even the people that hate Elvis love loved him."
Oh
Is
yeah, well, it's that time frame thing, man. Because when Elvis was around, music wasn't as popular as a thing as when Michael Jackson came out and was big, man. It was it was a different generation, but everybody everybody liked Elvis whenever he was around, man. Like
yeah.
you said, even the people that claim they didn't like him, bullshit. You liked his music. Elvis had it going on.
Who who
Elvis
who
was
is
a
the
fantastic musician, man.
who's the modern day Elvis? Like who has done with their career what Elvis did with his? He even says it in one of his songs that he did it.
I don't know. Who would you say it is?
Eminem. What kind of music? Who was the first people that played rock and roll? Way back.
Oh, it was the black folks, man.
All right. What did Elvis? He did a little bit of everything, gospel, country, but he's the king of rock and roll, right?
I
Um,
guess so.
and
I wouldn't say that.
and it's well, I mean that he's known as the king of rock and roll, the king.
No,
That's Elvis.
he's the king of gospel music, is what he really is. If you look back on it,
Um,
that's what it
he's
was.
okay, but he is known as the king. I know you've heard him say that, the king of rock
Oh
and
yeah.
roll. Um, and he basically, think about early days of Elvis. He started off and he was basically doing black music dancing and throwing them hips and stuff in there, but he was a really good looking white dude. But
Yeah.
he did black music as a white person. And what kind of music does Eminem do? Hip hop.
Yeah, same thing.
Hip hop is predominantly black. And it's hard, people would argue, but like you have to put Eminem near the top. You have to. I like, even if you don't like his music, you have to give him his respect. If he's not the best, he's right there.
We can get into this on another time,
Yeah.
but who I would say is the best, go back and look who sold out the most shows in their career. Let's look at that. And I think that even if you look at like Elvis from back then, where his shows sold out all the way up to today, who is selling out the most concerts? And Mr. Daniel, if you're still watching, we appreciate you being in the Pete and Ty for over 15 years. And this guy's from Wales in the UK. Thanks
Oh,
for
what's up,
watching and
Daniel?
checking us
Sorry about
out.
that.
Christina, Ozzy is up there, man. People may not like Ozzy very much, but I tell you what, dude, selling out shows. Again, you may not be into his music. Ozzy has been selling out shows
But
since the 70s.
you was about to say somebody else, wasn't you? Or was Ozzy who you was going with?
No,
I thought you was about to say the damn Grateful Dead or Fish, wasn't you?
I'd be willing to bet you that the Grateful Dead has played more shows than any other band in history.
Well, yeah, that's.
And how many of those shows were sold out?
Didn't
You
they
know what
let
I
people
mean?
in? Didn't they kind of let people in? If you didn't have the money, you could trade like a loaf of bread or something to get in. If you could give a hippie something, they'd give you one of their tickets, or
But
like it was
I
the
mean,
whole barter
they
system.
probably had a lot of trades going down. But either way though, and I wouldn't say the Grateful Dead would be the best either, man, because the Grateful Dead had a
So
lot of
I was
real
about to put
real
you on. I was
bad
about to,
shows.
like I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna like I ain't talking about who did the most shows or like, but one live show, Grateful Dead versus Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Who's
Grateful
putting on
Dead,
there?
hands down. Grateful
You
Dead,
lost
hands
your
down.
damn mind. Chris, what is the best rock and roll album of all time?
It sure as hell isn't Bob Seger.
Bob Seger Live Bullet is the best, recorded live at Cabo Hall in Detroit. I think it was in 1974. I'm pretty sure that is the best rock and roll album ever. The Silver Bullet Band was in the zone that night. Have you ever seen Hustle and Flow? They was in their mode. They was in their mode, man. Was in our mode.
Christina,
That's a great movie.
Christina, now you might be right about that Taylor Swift about selling out shows. I, that's an argumentative statement right there. But
As
what
Journey,
I
I
will
mean,
say
Did Journey ever not sell out a show? Did the Eagles ever not sell
that
out a show?
Christina just commented and said the Eagles. Now the Eagles, for I tell you what, man, it's tough for that. The Eagles are a really good band, dude. I bet you can't name a bad Eagles song. Not just because you don't like them now, but a truly bad Eagles song. I don't know any of them.
Um, it's a good song and it's hard not to sing along, but it's a bad song in that it's just pure shady and evil
And of course,
of
you
the
can pet
woman.
my dog. If you're around my
Um,
puppy, of course you can pet her.
um, oh, what's the song where she's heading to the cheating side of town? Lion Eyes.
Lion
Like
eyes.
I mean, it's a listenable song, but whore.
I mean,
Shouldn't have married that was that the think that her love was given to a man with hands as cold as ice. Bitch, you shouldn't have married him to start with.
that's right.
Man,
But
that song, like I feel sorry. Like every time I hear that song, I can't help. Like I know that shit wouldn't happen to me.
we're gonna have to do one. We're gonna have to do a
But
podcast
but
on like the best songs or something like
but
that.
that my thing with that Eagle song, Lion Eyes, like I kind of feel sorry for the husband. Like, but I would tell the husband, man, you should have been handling your business at home and she wouldn't have headed to the cheating side of town. So there, you should have handled your business. And if you couldn't get it done with what you got, you should have figured out another way to do it. Get the
Yeah.
Cobra Cane out.
Oh God, here. Well, well, well. On that note, though, man, it's about
Yeah.
time to call this one a day, brother.
Yeah, Chris has got some stuff. I got softball games, but yeah, starting on Monday, League Joe. Make sure you go to League Joe Social on Instagram and say, "Hey, BooCrew Podcast sent me here," and give them a follow. And we'll be posting some reels. Probably some of everybody in here's favorite player, me, and some other guys from other parts of the country and stuff. We'll be posting stuff some during the week. That's part of the deal. We're going to post some stuff to advertise for them, some highlights from some of the league, different leagues and stuff like that. So it'll be fun. But yeah, we'll be starting up with them on Monday. Make sure, like, I'll mention it again to go give them a follow. But as some people start commenting, we will definitely pick out a couple winners, and I'll get you a League Joe custom jersey made. It'll have you.
Heck
You can
yeah,
get
that's awesome.
you can get Pete on the back of it and the number one if you want, or you can get your name on the back and like however you want it. So this has been fun, guys. Like, so back to real quick to what the today's show is about, 9/11. Really, I mean, we kind of bounced all around it, but we touched base on it. Like that's a whole podcast about the conspiracy end of it. But man, what a crazy day that was. Like I'll never forget it. That was, I ain't gonna say it was the strangest or sad. Like it was a pretty sad day. Definitely not the saddest day of my life. I would, but it's up there, man. I would say it's easily in the top 10 most memorable days of my life, just because of what happened and the impact of it and all that.
Oh yeah,
And
you'll
and
never
you,
forget it.
and to close this up, do you know what I really miss about what the one and I don't, I'm not making, but there was one good thing that come out of 9/11. That was the last time, and I don't even remember how long it lasted. But man, that was the last time I seen this country. Where I love our country. I don't give a fuck about going to no other country to visit or anything. I'm cool with the United States. Like if y'all think it's so much better than them other countries, take your ass. I like it here. Is there things I want to change here? Absolutely, but the I lost my thing there with, but it
Sorry,
was
I'm just talking.
that was the last time that this country was patriotic. Like
Yeah,
we were
we
not
come
a, we
together.
were
We come
not
together.
yes we were not a divided nation on 9/11. The United States was ready to take on the world.
We
Like we
were.
really were. Like who wants some smoke? And like it was really it sucked that it took such a terrible thing to make people come together like we did. But if I'm wrong about that, tell me. But that was the like, and it lasted for a year or two, and man, the firemen all over the country got a lot of punani because of 9/11. That was a fireman was an end job to have
Oh yeah,
right after 9/11. Like if you was a fireman, you was getting something if you wanted it. You wasn't going without. But,
that's right.
but yeah, that was a unforgettable day, and I hope everybody somebody at some point today. I've already done it. I early this morning I spent about 5 minutes, and like I guess I had my own personal moment of silence there where I was just, thinking about it, thinking about that day. And man, there's a lot of people that lost loved ones and stuff that day. That sucks, man. Like that's just,
Yeah.
you never want that phone call, stuff like that. It's just sad. But yeah, so Monday we have something fun lined up to talk about. Where we'll be reflecting back on the football picks and see if Monday night's even relevant because we got some different picks. It could come down to the tiebreaker on Monday night. Chris can make
It
up some
could.
names on me this week. I don't think he will. There's Miss Big Star. You want to come here, Star? I'll come see everybody. Come here, baby. Tell everybody bye for us. Come here. Come up here. Come over
I'm,
here.
I'm sure that everybody out there can hear Luna talking. She's over here just a.
Star's about to knock the whole damn. She's trying to come around here. You come see everybody. Come over here. Star, you're so dumb. Look, look. We're come here. Come here, baby. Oh, here she comes. Come up here. Oh, hey, Star.
Look at that big
Oh,
old
well,
head.
right. I know. Look, there's Chris. There's Chris. Hey. Look at Star. All right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, everybody, enjoy their weekend, even though it feels like Monday to me for some reason. I don't know why today feels like a Monday. It just does. But everybody, enjoy their weekend. Make sure you leave some comments. Make your football picks. Do you agree with us? Disagree with us? Do it before Sunday. Don't wait till Sunday. Be like, hey, I'll take this team and that team. Be like, damn, this person went undefeated. Like, I'm not buying that. I'm not. I'm not going to buy that. So leave some comments. Right now, I am currently 2 games ahead of you for this. Was it 2?
Yep.
What was it? Yeah.
No, you're 2 up right now.
And I spotted you 15 to start the season. So you're 13 up on me technically.
All right.
All right,
Well,
guys.
we'll see what happens.
This has been fun. Don't forget, like I said, reflect on 9/11. Tell your family, tell your loved ones, people you care about, and you like, tell them you love them. It's fine to do that. It's important to do that, guys. You never know when something like that could happen.
All day long. But everybody, take care of that mental health, and the Boo Crew loves you out there. So we'll see you guys on Monday.
All right, everybody have a good weekend. See you guys.
See you.